Hello everyone, and welcome back to Motor Nation. Tesla has had a lead over the electric vehicle space for about a minute now. The company, which rose to astronomical heights back in 2020 and 2021, is now looking to recapture those heights even amid a flurry of challenges and setbacks. We all know the landscape for EVs is a bit murky at the moment. EV manufacturers are under pressure to deliver vehicles that are both functional and priced appropriately, especially as consumers are feeling a bit of a pinch in their pockets. Well, Tesla has seen the demand gap in the market and is now looking to meet it with a set of new vehicles that have just been launched. In this video, we'll be looking at where Tesla is, the struggles that the company is hoping to overcome, and the new vehicles that are set to hit the market in the coming year or two. To begin with, let's probably dissect the EV landscape a bit. As we all know, EVs have long been touted as the future of the automotive market. Companies are rushing to develop these cars at a record pace, and there are definitely a lot of exciting players looking to build cool stuff. Still, when it comes to EV manufacturers, it's difficult to see anyone really holding the market like Tesla does. Sure, the company has had challenges, especially in relation to increasing competition from names like BYD, Rivian, and NIO. And to top that off, there are legacy car manufacturers like Toyota, Ford, GM, and even Mercedes now moving into the EV space and trying to get a foothold. Still, when you think about EVs, there's no doubt about it. Tesla is the car you think about. So, when the EV landscape began to sour, you can imagine that Teals was definitely affected. The company rode a massive wave back in 2020, becoming the most valuable car company in the world, with a market cap that eclipsed the vaunted $1 trillion mark in late 2021. But all of that is over now. Sure, Tesla is still the most valuable car brand in the world, but that value has eroded seriously. The major reason for this is that customers just aren't feeling EVs like they used to. EVs are still plagued with several issues, including and especially the challenges with charging and limited mileage. And to top it all, these cars tend to be quite expensive generally. In the past 2 years and change, a lot of consumers have been weighed down by issues like inflation. And with many of them not being able to afford the things they used to, EVs are kind of starting to seem like luxuries to them. For all of these reasons and more, EV manufacturers have definitely struggled. In its earnings call for the first quarter of the year, Tesla noted several issues that have plagued its operations, including the conflict in the Red Sea region, challenges at its Giga Berlin factory, the ramp of its updated Model 3 vehicle, and even an overall drop in demand for Q1 across the world. Still, the company remains highly optimistic about the future. Tesla shared on the earnings call that they believe the future of automotive isn't just electric, but autonomous. At the same time, the company noted that it had implemented several cuts to costs and expenses, ensuring that customers will be able to access several vehicles and subscriptions for much cheaper. Tesla also shared the exciting news that they are currently working on a robot taxi service that will essentially be the company's official foray into ride-hailing. This would mean that Tesla would at least try to compete with names like Uber and Lyft, although we don't exactly know when that will happen. The earnings call even included a preview of Tesla's ride-hailing service, although it's still unclear whether this is just a render or a product that the company already has incubating in the pipeline. Even with all of these updates, the most interesting thing to come out Tesla appears to be the company's announcement that it will be revealing a set of new vehicles soon enough. The announcement follows the company's declaration that it will be trying a new hybrid approach to production, taking elements from its unboxed production platform and integrating them into its existing production lines. The approach is expected to be a strategy to help Tesla improve its productive efficiency and capacity. And even though the company noted that demand has been slow, Tesla appears to be ramping up its production process to ensure that it can deliver more vehicles to those who are awaiting them. At the end of the day, the objective here is to ensure that Tesla is able to get the most affordable vehicles to customers as quickly as possible, thus minimizing any form of friction. Now, before anything, we should note that these new vehicles don't appear to be linked with the $25,000 EV that Tesla is rumored to be preparing for the market. We know that die-hard Tesla fans have long been anticipating this $25,000 EV, and several reports have actually confirmed that the company will be looking to bring something to the market around that price point. But from what we can gather, this doesn't appear to be it. Tesla hasn't exactly given up on making this vehicle, but it appears that it's still something that will be developed and brought to market longer down the line. Instead, Tesla is applying some of the principles and features of its current hybrid development program into some of the new products that it will be launching. The company believes that doing this can help to increase its production capacity to about 3 million cars per year, up from the 1.8 million it sold last year. So, what does this strategy mean? Well, essentially, imagine some of the current names in Tesla's vehicle lineup, and then imagine having a few new variations. These new cars will be similar to the ones already being sold, but they will come with a few differences and maybe even downgrades that will essentially reduce their manufacturing costs and make them much cheaper for consumers. To be fair, there are several cuts that could easily be made here. Tesla could remove the windshield and replace it with one less futuristic, change the steering wheel, remove the rear screen, take out the powered trunk, and maybe even downgrade the immersive sound system. Tesla probably won't be able to drop the pricing of these vehicles all the way to the $25,000 that fans have been anticipating, but with the right cuts in the right places. Who says a vehicle that costs somewhere between $30,000 and $35,000 isn't possible? The interesting thing is that this is a strategy that has been applied by vehicle manufacturers for a long time. Legacy car makers can easily have multiple products on the market, giving us just a few slight variations between them time and again. The point is to have something for everyone, and to have a vehicle that's priced just right for anyone looking to switch. Customers always want choice, and car makers definitely need to be able to give them just that. To mark its foray into this new manufacturing structure, Tesla has officially revealed its Model 3 Performance vehicle variant. The brand new vehicle was introduced in the summer of 2023, although customers have now had the option of purchasing it for almost a year now. The Model 3 Performance is a beast of a car for sure. It boasts a 510 horsepower engine, which offers a top speed of 163 miles per hour and is able to go from 0 to 60 in about 2.9 seconds. The fourth generation unit of the vehicle is also capable of delivering 22% more continuous power, 32% higher peak power, and 16% more torque than the previous generation. To make things even more attractive, the car literally does all of this while consuming far less energy. Moving on, Tesla has also placed the Model 3 Performance on a bespoke platform with upgraded chassis hardware for improved stiffness, and it is also expected to have adaptive suspension control and new driving modes. The adaptive damping feature, which Tesla has touted, is expected to make adjustments based on real-time driver and road inputs. This way, drivers can achieve optimal handling while also enjoying a considerably higher level of comfort while on the road. And with the use of in-house software, Tesla is ensuring that the Model 3 Performance can easily be improved through the use of bespoke over-the-air updates. The Model 3 Performance will also come with all of the variations in handling and configurations that we've come to know and love Tesla cars for. This means that you will be able to enjoy greater control over your car regardless of the tracking and driving environment, while it will also provide enough functionality for you to make switches from one mode to the other without breaking a sweat. Its seats are ventilated and sporty, holding you in place and keeping you cool as the car moves. And with the bespoke chassis and suspensions, the vehicle is able to provide quick responses to driver inputs at all times. Tesla has enhanced the pedal feet of the Model 3 Performance, ensuring that it offers better heat management while delivering consistent braking at all speeds and across a much broader temperature range. And with redesigned front and rear bumpers, the Performance is expected to boast better aerodynamic performance, while reducing drag and lift by up to 5% and 35% respectively. All in all, the Model 3 Performance is expected to command a price tag of about $53,000. And it qualifies fully for the US tax credit of $7,500. It's definitely not a cheap option, But considering the fact that this car comes with a lot of the premium features we've already known Teslas for, while also packing some pretty unique features of its own, you can kind of understand why a lot of Tesla enthusiasts are so hyped about it. This isn't to talk about the new switch in full self-driving, a feature that has a lot of Tesla enthusiasts hyped, but which has also been witnessing a lot of price action. As far back as 2022, Tesla had been offering this feature for a price peg of around $15,000 for those looking to purchase it outrightly. The company eventually dropped that price to $13,000, then to $8,000. Seeing that these cuts still did not placate consumers, Tesla decided to offer full self-driving for about $200 a month via a subscription package. Full self-driving with the Model 3 Performance will definitely be an interesting feature, especially considering that the car is doing impressive numbers already. Even if customers end up not getting the Model 3 Performance, there are several vehicles that could instead suffice. And with several of Tesla's high-end cars now selling for incredibly low prices, it's more than safe to say that customers should be able to find something that works for their price range. At this point, it's pretty safe to say that Tesla means business. The company hasn't exactly had the best year, but it is entering 2024 with a renewed focus and looking to try new avenues to meet its customers' demands. The Model 3 Performance is a good start, and with more vehicles coming, there's definitely a lot for fans to look out for.